the answers, no answers. I could find you, I could find
From the Sporting News Studios, this is Hot Corner with your host, Matt Latevsky.
I got all the answers, all the answers. I could find you, I could find all the answers. If you let me get it close and study you.
We are back again. Matt Latevsky, as everyone already knows, senior Sporting News fantasy editor, and DAZN employee, fantasy baseball enthusiast Eric Ferreira here.
What's the opposite of enthusiast?
Well, yeah, this week, right?
Tough night last night.
Sad.
Tough season so far.
Not a bad night for me last night.
No, Mr. Moneybags over here.
Nice $100 on DraftKings, thanks to Mike Fires.
Don't give him the free promo.
On a DFS site.
Yeah.
Why not?
Can we beep that out?
Nope. Mike Fires, Justin Turner led the team to victory.
Yeah, it's not every day or ever in your life that you can get a no-hitter and a 3-home run game.
It really isn't. But I swear, though, the one that I'm going to, like, it's cool to say, hey, you've streamed a no-hitter before.
Yes, I did.
In a season
streamed a no-hitter, right? Yeah.
Which is even more impressive.
Phil Humber?
Yeah. And so having a no-hitter on a DFS team, that's cool. I'm more proud of Mac Williamson in his season debut with the 27-point DraftKings day.
It just upsets me that Mike Fires...
I had success?
No, great. Happy for you. Mike Fires, Homer Bailey, these guys have 2 no-hitters, and Pedro Martinez has 0.
Right.
Mike Fires, who you said a few weeks ago sucks.
He does suck.
Yeah. Well, he just won you $100.
We're going to talk about him in weekend streaming, and I'm going to say I don't feel good about it.
No, he needs to come off the list now.
He might.
You can't stream a guy after a no-hitter.
I really think you missed it. Sorry, folks.
131 pitch no-hitter.
By the way, weekend streaming last week, too.
Yeah.
Was awesome.
Oh, it was great. Great little weekend.
It was. I hope people took that advice, and that's another one we've peaked. I don't feel good about this week's picks nearly as much as...
No, but we can... I think we can keep that moving.
Well, we'll try. We'll go over that a little bit later. We always start with waiver pickups. We get into some advanced stat action that maybe not everyone's paying attention to. That could help you. And then, of course, we end with closer talk.
We close with closer talk.
We close. We called to the pen. And this week, we talked about last week, was huge. This week, it's sort of... There's stuff to talk about.
We had some late arrivals last night.
Well, we did have that.
Giving us some...
But it's a lot of just like little updates, I feel, this week instead of big shifts. But anyway, let's get to waiver pickups. Last week, we had a lot of young guys, a lot of interesting guys. This week, not so much. They all got called up or are about to get called up. We've already talked about them. And this week, I was really struggling finding guys to talk about.
Well, it's tough because... It's like what site are you know what I mean? Like
right.
Everyone's league has different guys available on it. You know, even different sites have different kind of ownership numbers. So how do it's tough to know who's out there.
Yeah, we try to keep it around that 50% owned or lower, and Yahoo, ESPN, give or take. Sort of adjusting for 12-team, 10-team, deeper leagues, etc. Try to have at least something for everyone. This week, one guy he's up to 10 homers now on the season, Franmil Reyes, Padres. He's right around 50% owned in Yahoo anyway. He was actually a little bit under. I was surprised he wasn't owned in more leagues.
That is surprising.
But the overall triple slash line isn't great, except for the power. He seems like an all or nothing power guy at this point in his career.
But I got a little stat for you that might be a little positive to that.
Hit me.
This is before last night. 236 BABIP.
Right.
And
come up.
Yeah, come up. And
I think he's not a speedy guy.
Before
last it over the fence.
But his BABIPs in the past have been 280, 300.
You're talking in the minors?
In the minors, yeah. And he's only hitting before last night again, he was hitting 245.
Right.
So there's room for that to go up and be a 270 hitter.
For sure. And he's playing. I mean, he's getting the playing time. That's not really an issue. We talked about that before the year. You never know with them and how they're going to work things out, but he's getting the playing time. And this is big power. And I know power's sort of devalued now because so many guys hit homers, but this is a guy who could really pop off for,
Well, he's already got 10. He's got 10 in a little over a month.
Right.
So, and pace that out, and that's over 40 homers.
Right, exactly. So, he should be owned in more leagues. I don't know why he's not.
I think people are still thinking platoon, but I think he started 10 games in a row, 9 or 10 games in a row.
And the bigger question maybe not so much pickup if he is owning your league. Is this a guy that you would target in a trade? Like, do you think, hey, I want to get him on my team? Is it buying low or is it
tough? I feel like it's tough to trade for a guy like that. The owner's probably like, he's got 10 homers.
If the owner has him, he likes him. I would assume.
Especially if it's
or she likes him.
If it's a daily league and I'm the owner, I'm not that interested in trading him because I know when he's in the lineup, I can easily play him and maybe get a dinger.
You're saying you wouldn't want to give him away?
No, not especially not a daily league.
And he's not a guy that you need to prioritize. Like, I gotta try to get him.
I mean, maybe if I'm that's the thing. So it's kind of a weird one to trade for. If I'm an owner in a weekly league and I've got other outfielders in power, maybe I try and get something for him. But again, if you're trying to get him, what are you giving up for him?
Yeah,
for a guy who you're still a little bit afraid that he might not play all the time.
Right, and young and. Yeah, maybe we'll just start striking out all the time. So he's sort of a weird guy. If you have him, great. All right, another guy who's been popping homers at a pretty good clip.
He's doing bits too.
Oh, this guy's like a character now.
Yeah, he's a character. It kind of makes me not like him, actually.
I don't know if you watch Change Up on DAZN, our parent company's offering. He was heavily featured yesterday.
Yeah, well, that was his second. He was just fixing the lights last night.
Yeah.
But before that, he was doing some beekeeping.
And he's like, and he he wears his jersey like open with no undershirt. He's got gold chains. We're talking about Derek Dietrich. Yeah. Eligible in Yahoo, first, second, and outfield. Now, he doesn't play every day, lefty, pretty much a platoon guy.
Yeah, I think he's a pretty strict platoon.
Right, on the good side of it, of course, but hits fifth against right-handed pitching. He's getting homers, he's getting ribbies. Good spot in the order. That lineup isn't great.
It's weird. I mean, they scored runs all weekend, right? But then they got no hit last night. So they're a weird lineup.
They're another team because I think of them and I think, okay, they got. I mean, at this point, it's funny to include Joey Votto in a list of good hitters. Maybe he's not.
He's a table setter.
Right. Not even though he's not anything. But I'm like, okay, they got him. They got Dietrich. They have, obviously they have Suarez. He's a righty. And they have another lefty.
Well, they got Winker.
They got Puig. Yeah, Winker's the other lefty.
Yeah, because they went back to back today in the first inning.
Right, that's the other lefty.
And it wasn't Votto or Puig.
So I would think, I'm like, okay, well, they have righties and they have some pretty good lefties. I would think they'd hit pretty equal against both. They're almost dead last in offensive numbers against righties, but they're pretty good against lefties. They're like 12th and 25th or something. They're dead last on the road, and that wasn't help last night when they got no hit. So that's also something to think about. So I don't know if Dietrich is just at home obviously against righties because he's playing against lefties. I don't know if he's just an at-home guy too, which really limits.
He's got big
value.
Power.
Yeah,
he's a weird one. I mean, he's a straight platoon guy.
Right.
You probably look up at the end of the season. I mean, he's already got 9 or 10 homers. So you're gonna look up at the end of the season. You're like, he's got pretty decent stats, but can you count on him to play when you need him to?
And the big thing for me is in weekly leagues, right? I always hated those guys.
You're looking at maybe 4 games depending on the week. The one piece of good news, they released Kemp. They sent Shedler down.
Was it last week when I think you said Kemp ain't going anywhere when we were talking about Senzel?
I don't know if I would have said it anywhere, but...
Might have been.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's go back and listen.
I don't know. We can check the tape.
Yeah.
But I mean, Senzel is there now, though.
Senzel.
Yeah, Senzel. Right. We learned this weekend it's Senzel.
These guys, they're doing this on purpose.
Senzel. I watched a lot of Reds baseball this weekend.
Is he trying to be like Denzel? And he changed it?
Yeah. So, I mean, there are 2 guys out of the mix, but then Senzel's in the mix.
Right.
I think it's a straight platoon.
Yeah.
With some pop there. Play him the right time. I mean, you get a 7-game week at home.
Yeah.
Against righties. Pop it.
Maybe. But even if he has games that are all at home, maybe they don't even have to be at home, but 5 righties.
Yeah. But what's funny is that how many lineups, and maybe he's not in lineups, he's on my bench. How many lineups is like Kyle Schwarber in? Just because he's a bigger name.
Too many.
And Dietrich is just
and not doing anything.
Dietrich is just better, but we're like, oh, he's a platoon guy.
Right.
But like I guarantee you, I don't want to guarantee it, ownership numbers, I bet Schwarber's more owned.
Oh, he has to be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even doubt. Yeah, I wouldn't question that. I'd guarantee that.
So it's like we're sitting here poo-pooing Dietrich and his platoon.
Well, also, did you see his Twitter handle?
I'm just really he's rubbed me the wrong way lately.
Did you see his Twitter handle?
No, what's his Twitter
It
handle?
might have been his Instagram handle. 32 double D.
Oh my goodness.
Of course it is. I can't believe there's not a 69 at the end, but I guess there's already a number.
And he's reading his own press clippings a little bit. Ever since that early season home run where he stared at it, bat flipped it, and all that, he just keeps going from there. I can't imagine he's well liked on other teams.
47 for Schwarber, 35% ownership for Dietrich in Yahoo leagues.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised Schwarber's only. I guess people are wise. We didn't wise up.
I'll tell you what. I'm about to drop him.
I wish we could in our home run pool.
Yeah.
Wish we could make a switch.
He'll still get there.
Let's get there.
He'll hit 24 homers.
We were counting on more than that before the year. So, all right. This is kind of a weird one. Another guy, outfielder for the Angels, Brian Goodwin. Sort of a late bloomer. I feel like he had a little bit of, I don't know, he wasn't that hyped, but a little bit of potential or promise. I think he had a pretty good season for the Nationals, if I recall correctly, at one point, partial season. Now he's doing well for the Angels. Now Ohtani's back. I don't know if that's going to affect his playing time.
No, Upton will be the one that affects it.
Right.
But then, Calhoun's terrible. So,
but he's hitting dingers lately.
But he could play over. I don't know. I see, he's got maybe 15-15 upside, but I see a 4.33 BABIP.
Right.
And I'm like, is that going to stay there?
Yeah, he's taking walks. The Ks are down from last year. But yeah, he definitely seems to be overachieving. But look, if he's in that spot, I don't know now. I think was he hitting 5th or 6th last night with Ohtani back?
Ohtani was 3rd.
Yeah.
I forget who hit cleanup.
I mean, it's not, it's funny.
I think, Simmons hit cleanup, and then it might have even been, was he before or after Pujols?
Yeah, he might have been
Simmons
before.
was hitting cleanup.
But, we don't like that lineup. We've been talking about it all year. But I don't know what to expect from Ohtani at this point. I don't know how much he's going to play, but obviously we know. I mean, Trout's Trout.
I think Goodwin's
nothing special. See, it's funny because we kind of said that about Dwight Smith a few weeks ago, and I was looking it up. He's like the number 24 fantasy offensive player right now. Because with outfielders, we always talk about this, how it's just like, well, he's an outfielder. There's a million of them. Who cares? He can run a little bit. Yeah, I'm not super excited either, but his name's been bubbling around.
I feel like you may have missed the boat on him.
Yeah, probably. All right, a few pitchers that are playing really well. Martin Perez for the Twins. Last 3 starts, 21 innings, 1 run, 20 Ks. That was against the Blue Jays, who are bad, the Orioles, who are bad, and the Astros, who are good. This is a guy who, he's probably on some fantasy teams a few years ago, at least a streamer. Really fell off the radar. Velocity's way up. Twins loved him. I mean, I kept hearing about him in spring training. I thought it was typical spring training fluff. He looks pretty good right now. I don't know. I don't know what his upside is. He's not a huge K guy. So
his career K rate's around 6.
Right. Velocity's up though.
How much?
Discovered it suddenly. Let's look. Let's look. I don't know about these guys.
I don't know. So I got his ground ball rate from his career is down.
So, right now it's the average fastball, 94.6.
Okay.
Back in 2015, it was 91.8. 2016, it was 92.7.
Okay. Sound like radio stations.
Yeah, kind of. He's throwing a cutter now all of a sudden, which is probably just I think he was getting what's being counted as a cutter now is probably just being counted as a fastball before based on these percentages, but it certainly looks like he sort of added to his repertoire. He's throwing his curveball less, which was a negative pitch for him. Or probably actually his cutter was probably being counted as a slider because Fangraph says he's not throwing a slider at all anymore. So I don't exactly know how these pitch types are being counted, but
I mean, he could have made changes. Obviously, his velocity's up. He could have made changes. A couple warning signs.
There's a clear change with this cutter.
His ground ball rate's down. His fly ball rate is up, but his home run rate is down.
Right.
So one of those 3 things I feel like needs to give, and a lot of times it's the home runs. I feel like so.
And the walks aren't great. 3.5 per 9.
I'd be a little worried. I mean, ride the wave, I guess, depending on his starts.
But look, good team.
Yeah, definitely a good team.
Pretty good park.
Good division. Good division, to pitch against. Yeah, the standard stats and the advanced stats are pretty. Like you said, the homer rate is the worry here. That all of a sudden, last year it was terrible. Well, he's giving up more fly balls than usual, but not home runs.
Right, and that just feels like that's going to correct at a certain point, and then that's going to lead to some real ugly ugly outings, but I kind of like him. I don't know. I think he's worth having as that end of the 5th, 6th starter. Mm-hmm. I think he could do a lot worse. All right, another guy, another pitcher, Pablo Lopez.
Yep.
He'll be in weekend streaming.
Yep.
Spoiler alert.
Yep.
Pitching pretty well. Now look, Marlins. It's like Caleb Smith. Great. They don't get wins. It's so tough for these guys to get wins. So obviously, if wins are important to you, and unless you're in a quality start league, I'm sure they are. But look, 9.2 K per 9. Mm-hmm. Walk rate's low. Homer rate's low. 51% ground ball rate, solid. 4.03 ERA, but all the advanced numbers are better.
I liked him a little bit coming into the season, but I think the whole Marlins thing kind of turned me off. I got one number here that might make you like him more, might make you like him less. It kind of depends how you want to take it.
Adventure.
So first time through the lineup.
Mm-hmm. I like these stats.
ERA, 0.5.
Love it.
Third time through the lineup. ERA 8.1.
Not great.
So it's like,
great.
Is it like he can't figure out how to get people out a third time, or is it once he makes that adjustment, like obviously the stuff's there. So if he can figure out how to get through that third time, like sky's the limit.
I don't think most guys. It's tough for a lot of guys to get through a third time.
Or is it well, they eventually figure out how to hit him, so they're going to start hitting him at the beginning of the game.
And no matter what, third time through a lineup, you're going to be more tired.
Yeah.
That can't change.
Yeah.
So, another guy I think pretty good. I hate the team, but in a pretty good park. He's always had low walks. He's never been a high homer guy. Last year, both in AAA and the majors, was his worst year for homers, but that's back down. The big thing for him is the strikeout. Are the strikeouts legit? If he can keep his K rate over 9,
well, and the potential and like the lack of wins,
right?
Most likely.
But that's whatever. I've never worried about wins,
right.
And
well, I never worry about wins either. But then I look up and I don't have them,
right?
So
and you need them. I agree. You can't completely disregard them, but again, we're talking about an end of the bench pickup, so therefore, I don't think wins can be.
Yeah,
a factor.
I like him. I might pick him up this weekend.
You'd rather have him than Perez.
Well, I need the wins, but yeah, I think Lopez is a better pitcher probably.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. All right, a couple other guys just to keep on your radar. Injured guys, they're rehabbing. They'll be back within a month.
Yeah,
probably less.
I think the first guy is really speeding up his timetable.
Yeah, Miguel Castro.
Yep.
So he's playing at AA. I saw on the Twins broadcast last night they were saying they're trying to get him playing in back-to-back and then 3 games in a row, etc.
And he's hitting.
Yeah.
Do you like that, or are you like, all right, he's?
I mean, it doesn't matter.
He's getting his spring training
he's
in.
He's a quad A guy,
or
right?
are you like he's wasting his hot streak?
No, it's just he just seems like a guy who's always going to hit minor league pitching. And then it's just, we see him all the time, right? And maybe he can hit major league pitching again. I don't know. I mean, after last year.
What do we think with the Twins? I mean, you're the Twins guy.
I'm the Twins.
I mean, they're gonna put him at third, but what kind of ropes he getting? And who's losing time?
Marwin. Marwin's been terrible.
Yeah.
But he's Marwin Gonzalez. He always finds a way. So, no, I mean, they're definitely going to take it easy with Sano, especially early. Like, he's going to be getting pretty frequent off days, I would imagine, early on, especially if he's not hitting. So weekly leagues, he's going to be a tough guy to own. He really is. Daily transaction league's great. Like you said, if he's in the lineup, put him in. But, they're in a good spot. The lineup's been great. It's almost like why upset
a
the
little
apple
bit different Twins team this year.
For sure.
They're going for a playoff spot. They're going for a division.
Well, and also it's a team that should fit him, right? They're clubbing homers left.
Right, but it's like they're not going to put up with someone who's not hitting.
Right.
If they have
but also, this is where you can get into psychology. He was like the home run guy, like the only home run guy they used to have. Now it's like, hey, bro, we got Nelson Cruz.
So is it contagious?
Well, it's just like, relax. You don't need
relax
to hit so many homers.
And hit homers?
Just go Oppo if you need to.
All right.
And I think it might help him. I don't know. But I think it is good to have a guy like Nelson Cruz around for him. It's good to have some of these other guys playing so well. And we'll see. I think he's worth owning, like I said.
It's good to have Mitch Garver around him.
Top offensive catcher, Mitch Garver. Man, that guy. He just does it.
I might need to pick him up.
He just does it. So anyway.
How many times is he playing? Like, how many games a week?
Well, I mean, Astudillo's hurt, so he's playing.
So he's playing a little more now.
He's playing a lot now, yeah. CJ Cron's the emergency catcher now, too. Man, if he got that catcher eligibility, that'd be something. All right, so I think he's worth picking up. Like I said, weekly leagues, not as excited because I think it's going to be a real slow burn at first. Another guy, a pitcher, Jimmy Nelson. Coming back, he had some personal issues that he had to tend to in his rehab from the bad injury last year. But I think he's a guy it's easy to forget how good he was the last time he pitched, and not a great park, but obviously on a good team. And they could use a guy like him. He's another guy. I think there's going to be a lot of 5-inning outings early on. We know how they use their bullpen, and hell, they might use an opener with him for all we know,
right?
And start doing some different stuff. But I definitely a guy I'd want on my team. He was fantastic last time he pitched in 2017. Really looked like that guy who was just going to put it all together, and I mean, possibly even be a Cy Young contender, and then had the injuries.
Certainly worth a speculative pickup.
Certainly. All right, let's get into the old advanced stats, our stat corner, where we pick something out every week. And this week we're looking at guys with the negative ERA FIP differentials. So their FIP is better than their ERA. Right, which it tends to indicate, hey, they've had some bad luck. No, not always, because we're still dealing with relatively small sample size this year, first month and change of the season. But it's saying, hey, if you're going to bet on a guy to improve going forward, this is a good guy to bet on. And we're going to discuss whether we buy that or not, or we just think, no, I think it's fluky, and he's going to continue to suck, or he's not worth investing in. So we got a bunch of names here. I already mentioned Pablo Lopez up top. He's a guy who 4.03 ERA, 2.8 FIP. So it's that type of pitcher. All right, Eduardo Rodríguez is a big one. 5.4 ERA, 3.55 FIP. Guy I really liked going into the year.
Yeah, every time I sit down and watch an Eduardo game, all you hear about is how great his stuff is, how electric his stuff is. And sometimes it shows, sometimes, I don't know. I feel like he's a high 3.4 ERA guy. I don't know if we're ever going to see dominance.
But the point is not a 5 ERA guy.
No, he's not that. No, he's better than that.
So this is where we do the math.
He's better than that. Yeah, I guess.
If he's 5.4 now,
he's always like a start away from having a sore knee.
Right.
And
so I mean, so his peripherals are almost the exact same, if not better. That his ground ball rate's way up. Walk rate's it's up a little, but about the same. Home run rate's actually down. K rate's almost the exact same. He's 359 BABIP. Like, to me, he's an invest-in guy.
Yeah, as a Red Sox fan, I just feel like he can just be so disappointing.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's one of those guys.
But they need him to step up and be better than he's been.
All right, a couple aces going into the year we thought were aces, not living up to the hype. Corey Kluber, who's hurt, of course. Really disappointing. Carlos Carrasco, Noah Syndergaard. Max Scherzer fits this bill too, even though his ERA is still at least respectable. His FIP says he's like a 1.8 ERA guy, which I think we all know. So of those guys I mentioned, Syndergaard, Carrasco, and Kluber's going to be out.
Kluber said, I plan on pitching in this year.
Right. So we can kind of throw him out.
Yeah, that sounds like he's not going to be around a while.
Right. I mean, he should be off teams, right?
Is he an undroppable? Like, is he on the sites that have that?
He's got a 6 ERA. I would hope they would adjust it. But the point is, if you have the DL or the IL spot, sure, keep him around. But if you don't, if you're in an IL crunch.
Yeah, when a guy says, I plan on pitching again this year, that doesn't scream 4 to 6 weeks.
I hope he'll walk again. All right, Carrasco and Syndergaard, though.
You got to hope they're going to improve, right?
Well, I think they're going to improve.
They still strike guys out. I mean, Syndergaard was disappointing last night.
Right.
So you got to think those guys.
So they have both ERAs over 5, FIPS under 3.93 for Carrasco, 3.59 for Syndergaard, which still aren't great by their standards. But just sort of, even if we want to say early in the year they're not they're better than that, obviously, and they've been a little unlucky or whatever. So I guess the question is, are these guys you really like? Hey, this is the time to trade for them. Buy low.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, you own Syndergaard. What would you take for him? At this point, you're invested, right? You don't want.
Oh, what would I take for him?
Yeah,
no, he's like my way out. Like, I can't take anything. Like, I have to hope that he pitches to better than this FIP to get down to that number.
That's what always makes me laugh when people do the buy low thing.
It's not.
I don't sell low.
It's not buy low with a big name though.
Right.
Like, it's almost like, no, pay me more. Mm-hmm. Give me more because I think better things. It can't get worse, and I'm in trouble.
That's my view. How many people have that? Like, oh, Syndergaard sucks now. I need to get rid of him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very, I feel like, odd player that you could, like, I feel like it's probably going to be an older guy, like a Miguel Cabrera, or like maybe even Votto. Like, you know what? I think this guy's washed
out. To me,
out.
like, the buy lows are the guys people are about to drop.
Yeah, who aren't like necessarily even fantasy starters or
they're not
whatever.
stars.
For me, yeah,
they're not second
if you
round
come to
picks.
me and you try and get Syndergaard off me, I'm like, oh no, you need to overpay,
Right?
Because like I just sat through all of his garbage.
Do Castellanos for him.
And like now I want to be on the good side of that, so I'm gonna wait it
Michael
out.
Chavis is killing it. I'll give you him for Syndergaard.
Yeah, it's like I'm good.
No,
bro.
that's ridiculous.
Good, bro.
But anyway, they should be a lot better.
They gotta be.
I like both of them a
Syndergaard's
lot.
giving up dingers, and
Yeah. The worry with him though, I think, is the injury worry that he could.
right. It's one thing to like have a great 3 months and then get hurt.
Right.
Like, can you not have a bad 3 months and then
Right.
get hurt? Like
That's the ultimate insult. All right, a couple other guys. Zack Wheeler, 4.64 ERA, 3.12 FIP. He was really good last year. Disappointed, obviously, so far. He's had a couple lights out starts though. This to me is a buy low candidate. Someone had him. They drafted him as like their number three
they
or
thought
4.
he was a fluke last year, but they were worried about him.
They weren't, and they're like, duh, he's still so they're a good start. This to me is the prime guy you come in with a sort of, I mean, low ball offer, depends on the league, whatever. But he's the kind of guy I'm
Maybe
targeting.
the Mets need a new pitching coach.
Hey, and the Indians for that matter. They got a bunch of these guys too. Really talented guys. But I like Zack Wheeler a lot. Here's a couple, I don't know. You tell me. Homer Bailey and Lucas Giolito.
Bailey, I'm not really interested in at all.
Lots of prospect shine.
Not interested in Bailey at all. Him and his 2 no-hitters.
Yeah, 2 no-hitters, bro. He's got
I'm
no-hit
good.
stuff.
Giolito, maybe like streaming. Mm-hmm. Maybe just above streaming. Maybe on your team, but definitely not started blindly.
Here's the thing about this guy. Yeah, obviously we know he's got the pedigree. He's 24. Really bad last year. Remarkably bad. Not really good the year before when he had a 2.38 ERA and 7 starts. The peripherals weren't good. So this year, 11 K per 9, which is up from 6.5 last year. But walk rate still really high.
Yeah, still
4.4.
walking guys.
But the homers are way down. BABIP's normal. I don't know. I kind of like him.
I'd take the shot on him pedigree-wise, but I still don't know if he's a set-it-and-forget-it starter.
Yeah, now he might be matchups, but I want him on my team. I'll put it that way. And he's a guy who you can get for maybe nothing. I don't even know what his ownership percentage is. Probably not high, right?
No, I'm going to say 50%.
Is it that high? I mean,
He's got that prospect shine.
ooh, you 10.
10%?
10.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I guess I'm raising my rating to buy.
Bye. All right. So a couple other guys, we mentioned the aces. This guy would have counted as an ace too. Walker Buehler coming into the year. He's been really disappointing. K rate down.
He was fine the other night. Was that 2 nights ago?
He's had a couple, but 4.95 ERA, 3.64 FIP, which again, still disappointing.
It's that sophomore slump thing, Like these guys come in, hitter or pitcher, they have a great year or half year, whatever, and then everyone expects them to just improve year 2. And
well, not even improve,
the league
though,
adjusts.
But here's the big thing with him.
Or even be the same, like the league adjusts.
Right, the Ks are way down.
Yeah.
And so are the ground balls. The walks and the homers are roughly the same. Homers up a little bit, but nothing major.
What did he throw last year for innings?
137 and a third without the postseason. Add in another 23 and 2/3 for the postseason. Add in 16 in the minors.
So it's at about 180?
Yeah, we're up at 161 plus 16, 177.
And what was his previous? Like, what was he coming up from?
From 2017?
Yeah.
Boy, we got 4 levels here. That's a lot of addition. 50, 70, 80, like 93.
Yeah. I wonder if it's one of those deals where he pitched longer than he was used to last year into the postseason,
sure.
a little higher. And
But
not saying he's hurt or anything.
Shouldn't
but
he continue to fatigue as this year goes on, or is he going to hit his stride?
Well, I wonder if he's gonna have a dead arm, or if he's gonna, do the old 2-3 weeker, and then he comes out strong.
I'd be really worried about him, but it's basically that same thing. You paid a 3rd round price for him, 4th round price for him. He's really tough to trade at this point. I think you're kind of stuck.
Yeah.
But the
good thing is he's on a good team. He's going to get run support. He should get run support. He's in a good ballpark. There's a couple of good parks in that division.
So a couple bad ones too. So he fired. So his last 3 starts, he's given up 3 runs each time. 2 homers in his last start. He only gave up 5 hits, no walks, struck out 8, but still 3 runs. He might be the kind of guy, if he can string together a couple good starts, I might be looking to trade him. But then you do the, Well, he's figured it out.
Right. So
You don't want to
now I want him.
All right, another guy who I think was, sleeper, Joey Lucchesi. Started off the year really hot, then has hit a real tough streak. His thing has always been, he gives up homers. He pitches in San Diego. You think he won't, but he does. Imagine if he pitched in a bad park. I mean, you buying him at all?
I mean, I like San Diego pitchers.
Right.
I like the park. I think,
The homers are actually down this
them.
year, but so
it's
is
funny.
the K
Like,
rate.
it's tough for me to make these calls. I want to buy all these guys because my pitching staff is terrible.
Right.
So I'm like, yes, please, I'll take them all.
Sure. Yeah. No. I mean, the things you like, the homer rate's down, the ground ball rate's up, walks are the same. It's the K rate's down about 1 an inning, but overall, I think he's a good guy to invest into.
The thing is too, and without looking at their game logs, I wouldn't be able to tell you if this is the case, but it's not just a small sample size. Like when you're talking about a month of starts for a pitcher, these guys might have 5-6 starts at this point, right?
One bad one.
Yeah, not only just one bad one, but like who they face. Like we talked about, partially joked about it with my boy Corbin Burns.
Oh God!
But like you get stuck on a run of a couple of bad, if 3 out of your 6 starts were against really good offense or in bad parks, like that can be a reason
and
for
vice
it too.
versa, you got a guy like Desclafani getting 2 giant starts in 1 week.
Right, which you take, which I'm in the middle of taking for sure.
Yeah.
But you don't know how real that is.
Right.
And
Agreed.
like some of these other guys who have maybe had tougher schedules, you don't know how real that is.
Right, for sure. And then one more, he's pitching today.
One half of the duo.
One half of the Woody and Burns duo.
The Woodruff Burns.
The Woodruff Burns Esquire. Brandon Woodruff, he's got all the peripherals are like, I think his K rate's over 11.
Yep.
Everything for him is great, but he has a 4.71 ERA.
Yeah, but I think it's been coming down. He's had a couple of better starts lately.
Goes today.
Either getting a little luckier or figuring out one of those two. Like I love to. That's another thing we do. He's figuring it out. Well, sometimes just luck goes your way or whatever. But no, I liked him before the season. I like him now.
Yeah. Obviously bad park, but still a lot to like there. But again, weird team where they might just be like, no, we want you to be back in a long relief role when
Right. Well, no, that's Burns now.
Well, he's also not good. So
he's pretty good.
Hasn't been good.
He's pretty good though.
Yeah, okay.
We haven't seen the last of Corbin Burns.
Sounds like a threat. All right. Let's get into our new favorite segment.
This is definitely my favorite segment.
We need a theme song. We need a parody theme song.
We've batted a couple round.
Well, yeah, because there's the Christopher Cross.
I love it.
Sailing,
I love it.
And we changed it to streaming.
I like it.
Streaming away.
Because that gets me in the mood to be on that kind of no socks, boat shoes, khakis rolled up, just kind of streaming on the boardwalk,
streaming
man.
on the beach, baby.
Just weekend streaming.
We also got Islands in the Stream, which is on the nose.
Okay.
I like Mamas and the Papas, California Streaming.
Okay.
Maybe we just do that with guys pitching out in California.
Yeah. They do a little. Are we doing any California streaming this week?
A's, we're out in Oakland.
And then there was another one that I came up with. What was it?
Oh, we're out in San Francisco?
What was the other
California
one?
streaming.
I came up. What was the other one I came up with last week?
I don't remember.
Oh, man. Stupid
Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson makes me want to stream. Remember that song?
Yeah, I remember it, but
that one's aggressive. That one doesn't fit the vibe. That one's too aggressive.
Yeah, I'm trying to look back to the history of our conversation here, and let's see if this goes back. Oh, here we go.
Hit me. Do it. Let's hear it.
We started talking about other stuff.
Off the rails.
Oh, well.
We'll try to think of it. But anyway, we're weekend streaming.
Yep.
We like to give suggestions. So last week, we gave 8 weekend streaming suggestions. These were the numbers, folks. Hope you listened. 2.36 ERA, 1.01 WHIP, 43 Ks in 49 2/3 innings. So 7.8 K per 9, not great, but still, you live with it. And 4 wins. And 2 guys who left with leads, including Sonny Gray, who left with like a 7-run lead.
Yeah.
And his bullpen couldn't hold it. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, so are we...
We're showing with Sonny Gray, who was the one who was the best.
So do we know what we're doing? Did we get lucky?
We got lucky.
Are we keeping it going?
I'm worried about this week now.
And then you know what happens too? You start making extra picks because you think...
Oh, you get cocky?
Like I'm already looking at your list and I see 4 on Sunday and you know me.
Whew. Yeah, you don't like to stream on Sunday.
I don't stream on Sunday. That's a travel day.
That is. But
that's a travel day.
It worked out last week.
Yeah.
Zach Eflin and Spencer
That's
Turnbull.
a travel day.
They turned up on Sunday. All right. there weren't a lot of guys that I liked earlier. But Friday, we got 2.
Yep.
One, your pick was Odorizzi, who's owned in a decent percentage on Yahoo.
Right. I got 30% on ESPN.
Okay, and I had like 56 on Yahoo.
Right. But and I'm also like to point out, I'm deathly afraid of this one because even though it's against the Tigers,
Yeah.
and they're 26th in the league
Right, we talked about that
in OPS
last week. They don't have lefties.
Against righties, even though that he's had 2 straight starts with 0 earned runs. And
oh boy.
And the Jake Odorizzi, I know,
boy.
he doesn't make that 3 straight
He
starts.
really doesn't. All right, but that's you. So you got that one,
Well, I'm on the other one too.
right? And then who we already talked about, Pablo Lopez.
Yep.
Marlins at Mets. You know, we already talked about it. Good K rate, good advanced numbers. Mets. They're middle of the road to below average against righties.
Oh, I am at 24th OPS.
Then they had a big night last night against a righty, so they moved way up. It can this early in the year.
I just get him through the lineup twice, get him out in the 5th or 6th. Don't let him see that lineup the 3rd time.
So, but that's just it.
Don't let Sergio Romo anywhere near the same.
So hope Pablo Lopez is working quick, and he can get through 5-6 pretty rapidly. So those are our Friday picks. Saturday we only got one.
Yep, I'm going back to the well on DeSclafani.
Yeah, that's the aforementioned.
Yep, and I put my money where my mouth is with this one. He had start against them on Monday. I picked him up in my weekly league. 2-start week, both against the Giants.
You don't see that very often.
It looked good until Pablo Sandoval
still playing
made history. He made history with a 3-run jack. Do you know what he made history with?
I don't know. Fattest guy to hit a 3-run homer on a Monday afternoon.
Talk about a Dong Johnson. He had a homer, a steal, and a scoreless inning.
Wow. That is the combo meal
When
upgraded.
do you think the last time that's happened is, and who did it?
Babe Ruth. I don't know.
Earlier. 1900, Christy Mathewson.
Oh, that'd be my second guess.
Pablo Sandoval, Christy Mathewson, the same sentence.
This week, especially, first of all, this has been the year of position players pitching, I swear.
Yeah.
This week has been like the week of grand slams.
Yeah.
There's grand slams left and right. But
well, he didn't go granny. He went 3.
No, I know. But just saying this week made me think of that. You mentioned him pitching because Tyler White was pitching last night. John Ryan Murphy's got more appearances than like a couple starters, I swear, this year.
Well, what was the game earlier in the year where someone did it in a 5-run game? I think it was against the Red Sox.
I know. It's not even like, all right, it's like in the NBA now where it's like, it's a 4-point game with 15 seconds left and teams are like, whoa, can't win this.
No.
Just are not going to foul.
No.
What the hell's going on in sports? Everyone just lays down now.
I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, Tyler White, get in there.
DeSclafani going to the well at San Fran this time. Yeah. Don't love that it's the second time he's facing them in a week, but getting the better ballpark.
Yeah.
Now you do have to go against Mac Williamson now.
That's true. Well,
but they can't hit. They can't hit righties.
And Mike Gerber, big baby, Mike Gerber.
They can't. They can't hit righties either.
No.
Oh, one more thing.
But here's the thing: they hit a righty last night, and they moved from like 28th to 24th.
That's fine.
But it was in Colorado.
Yeah, that's fine. So I got one more thing. You'll like this. Do you know what his nickname is?
Mike Gerber, the big baby?
No, not the big baby. DeSclafani.
No.
Tony Disco.
I do like
you
that.
Like that. I know you'd like that.
That's a pretty sweet
I know you'd like that. I mean, he might be, he was real good in 2017.
Oh, yeah.
He might be all right. He might be all right. He's got a good,
I like his overall numbers are good. He's
striking out a lot of guys.
He's an own.
Yeah. I'm not dropping him.
No.
I'm not dropping
I know
him.
you're not.
My vision staff.
Yeah, I know.
He's Cy Young on my vision
Don't get me
staff.
wrong. You're keeping him.
Yeah, for sure.
So Sunday, I got cocky.
I'm already in the car.
All right.
My duffel is packed up.
Cooler is loaded up.
The khakis are packed.
All right.
The khakis are packed. The cooler's been trained.
Yeah.
I'm
Have
leaving.
You switched from.
I'm leaving the beach.
Boat shoes to sneakers for the drive.
Probably got flips on now at this point.
You driving flips? I don't like driving.
Well, after a beach weekend, you're just kind of letting everything air out.
I never wear flip flops, but even the slides, I don't like driving.
I'm done weekends. Now, one caveat is first guy on the list. I'm down with.
Okay.
Because just my general rule of start guys at San Francisco.
Right.
So that's just a general rule.
Okay. That's second guy on the list then. First guy's
I'm sorry. Yep. Second.
All right. So we talked about this. Marlins terrible. Giants terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like you just see them. Indians, who
Yeah, no, I'm not afraid to start guys against the Indians.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
I'm still a little
I don't know if I'm
nervous of
streaming.
lefties.
I don't know if I'm streaming against them.
Well, no.
But I got no
I'm
problem.
talking about streams.
Yeah.
You're definitely not scared of starting.
Yeah.
But I'm still a little nervous about lefty streams just because I still think with Lindor back, they're going to get going.
Yeah.
But look, we got 5.5 weeks of them being terrible against righties and lefties. Sure, Lindor's been hurt. I mean, Ramirez is going to get, he can't be this bad.
It can't be. Although it's funny, 2 years ago, we'd be like, he ain't this good.
Right.
Last year, he ain't this good. Well, yeah, somewhere in between.
So I don't know. But the point is this. They're a team I'm just like, Indians suck.
Yeah, they do.
Fourth team to add to that list
Yes, they suck too.
is the Blue Jays.
Yep. Not
They
afraid of
suck.
them. Yep.
And, we used to be so scared of them.
I've been looking for guys to
Park-
start against the Blue Jays.
I mean, look, the Twins have just absolutely dominated them this series. Kyle Gibson goes tonight. We'll see if he can keep it going.
I
but-
feel like I've been looking for guys to start against them, and maybe guys have been owned against them.
And the
There have been a
Orioles,
lot of
too, a team
opportunities.
we used to be scared of. We're still scared of the park. They're just bad, too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a secret,
Right.
but I still think they're
Definitely worried about them in Baltimore, but not
why?
worried about them, but
Yeah, they're bad. It's like Blue Jays used to be at Toronto used to be
and
scared.
then they're dumb fans who are reaching over the fence, not really.
yeah.
To Villar's got a homer the other day. The guy
Yeah.
reaches over, out.
Yeah,
Like
love
God, you
that.
can't be donating outs.
Glaber had a 3-run homer taken away a couple weeks ago. Dinky Yankee Stadium shot.
There's a lot of dinky shots going on in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, there are. All right, but anyway, so Sunday, Giolito at the Blue Jays. They're 28th against righty or 26th against righties. They're terrible. Like that one. Then, how do we say his name was pronounced? Male?
Yeah.
It's not
Male.
Male.
No, yeah, it's
Which we
Male.
thought. All right.
Tyler Male.
Tyler Male,
Yeah.
Reds at Giants. He pitched well last night, obviously overshadowed by
Yeah,
Flyers.
and I believe he's the guy they've been talking about. He's getting no run support.
Yeah, and he's pitching pretty well.
Yeah, he got no hit last night.
Yeah. And again, pitched well. So good matchup, good park, good peripherals, everything you like there. So like him a lot. So Griffin Canning, we talked about him last week as a pickup. He's made 2 starts now. Second one better than the first. Overall, really high K rate. I mean, it's 2 starts, so I don't know if the FIP matters, but it's 2.42.
Right.
So if you just look at the ERA, he's pitched better than that. And it's at Orioles. That part I don't like.
What about Chris Davis? You nervous about him?
Nope.
Got it.
I'm not nervous about him. Dwight Smith's the guy him and Villar. But, he's on that West Coast time going east. I don't know. It's like a 10 a.m. start for him.
Eating those crab cakes in Baltimore.
Crab cakes, going around. Like,
Walking the Inner Harbor.
Wanting to see where they film scenes from The Wire. I don't know if he's into that. But I like him. I don't know.
All right. We need to take the last.
that one.
No, it's fine. I think you need to take this last one off.
Mike
if
Fiers?
you're officially keeping.
Wait, 2-time no-hitter?
If you're officially keeping a spreadsheet, which you are, right? Are you doing a weekly spreadsheet or you're going to go cumulative?
I'm doing it every week. I can do every.
No, like you're going to
though.
leave last week's in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to ruin it. He threw a 131 pitch no-hitter last night.
God, you're right.
He's not, just don't put him on our list. You're already going to the well 4 times on Sunday.
It's a home set
I've already
against
left
the
town.
Indians.
I've already left town.
You're almost home.
I'm almost home.
That's a late Sunday afternoon.
It's like you got the late checkout and you're going to spend it with
And I'm like,
with these 4 guys?
This is like you're up in Vegas and you're about to leave with money in your pocket. And you're like, I can hit the tables for another half hour.
Typically, that's actually I've done.
You do well doing
not
that?
when I'm up. Like I've been like, my Uber's coming in. I got to get an
Right.
Uber in about a half hour. I'm gonna play a little craps, and I've had some 20-minute
Okay.
sessions that have gone well. No one's at the table. Like 10 a.m.
We're taking fires then.
No man, just
All
pack
right.
up your stuff and
so
go.
this one's officially under protest.
Yes.
I'm going to count it anyway. I'm leaving it in and
Okay.
I'm counting it.
All right.
Mike, 2-time no-hitter fires against the Indians. We said the Indians suck.
Come on,
29th versus
131
righties.
pitches. Come on, man.
I don't know. There's going to be a lot of adrenaline.
Come on, man.
Dude, he could
This is such a sucker bet.
2 no-hitters in a row.
I'll bet you he doesn't throw a no-hitter.
Only been done once before.
I bet you he doesn't.
Throw a no-hitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably won't throw a no-hitter. He probably
How about this?
won't.
Let's make it. You want to make? I bet he doesn't make it.
4th inning?
I was gonna say the 6th. Is that too conservative?
Yeah. And we're leaving him on. Mike fires.
Great.
God, I hate that.
Way to make an executive decision.
Yeah, had to. All right, closer talk. Let's get into the carousel. Like I said, lots of updates.
Yep.
Rays, we talked extensively about them last week. Only news, Diego Castillo got the last one.
Right, but then to counteract that, last night he came in the 7th up 2-1, which could have been, we believe this is a high leverage situation. Pagan pitched the 8th.
Right.
And then they got a 5-1 lead, so they didn't really need a closer.
But still, that's a closer spot.
What?
A 4-run or 5-run. Well, 5, I guess not. But 4-run, we still see closers pitch that
Potentially.
a lot.
I think this is...
It's a committee.
It's a committee with...
But every week, Alvarado loses ground.
I'm going to say 60% Alvarado,
You're still giving him the edge.
30% Castillo, 10% Pagan.
Okay. And then 2% Chaz Rowe.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So
What do you think? That's what I think.
no, you're probably right. I don't know. Alvarado hasn't had a save since April 7th. Why are we still giving him the majority? It's been
because
a month.
Castillo came in the 7th.
Okay. I mean, Alvarado keeps coming in the 8th.
Well, I picked up Castillo, and
mean,
at this point, I'm like, I don't even care if he gets saves.
We always say
just
this.
pitch well.
It's why we hate lefties as closers, unless they're like Chapman or like.
But my thing is, when was he going to, like, it was 5-1. It wasn't a save. Why didn't he pitch the 9th? Like, was he warming up when it was still 2-1?
I don't know. But the point is, if lefties had been coming up in the 7th, he would have pitched it.
Yeah, he would have.
It's just. So that's why I think giving him 60% is too many. I actually think I like Castillo the most now. Although Alvarado is the best pitcher, gets the most Ks. Rangers, no surprise. Sean Kelly last save. What's the clerk? He was in the other night.
Chris Martin.
I meant to check that. What's that? Coldplay?
Yeah.
Second clocks? No, I meant to see how
pitched
Leclerc.
I think he pitched 2 scoreless the other day. Low leverage.
So I mean, I don't know how many scoreless they're going to need to see from him to move him back. Probably not many. 2 scoreless, 1 walk, no hits,
Do you
1
think
K.
if Chris Martin was the closer, would he come out to Coldplay, or is that just like too much?
I mean, yeah, he would.
He would? Okay.
100%. All right, Phillies nearest pitch in the 6th inning for some reason.
It's starting to be
last
like
week.
I'm so sick of all this.
But then he was
stuff.
back in the 9th, got their last save last time. So I still. He's the guy.
The 6th, that's not even the 7th or 8th. Like, was he, when he got the call, was he even out there?
Right. Might have been a mistake. All right, Angels.
All right, we got some new info on this last night.
Okay, Robles was rocked in a non-save.
Right.
And then didn't matter. Came in Wednesday night. Buttrey pitched the 8th, correct?
Yep.
And then Robles just went scoreless 9th, got the save.
Yep. A couple hard hit balls, which were a little scary.
Okay.
I also think Buttrey will get saves.
Probably at some point.
But we at least saw.
But Robles is not that good.
He's
right?
not that bad.
He's not terrible. But it's still scary.
I think it's going to be Buttrey for either multiple innings, higher leverage earlier in the game, and then they're going to try and get by Robles in the 9th.
Right.
Now, Cody Allen was activated yesterday, and they said he's going back to the low leverage role that he was about to kind of be in before he got hurt.
Mm-hmm. Before the fake injury.
Before the fake injury. You hate Cody Allen. I'm not a huge fan of Cody Allen. Does he?
It's not that I hate him.
Can he
it's
get back
reality.
in the mix? How far?
He absolutely can.
Absolutely
If Hansel Robles is in front.
Hansel? I know Hansel. You don't think it's Hansel?
I think it's Hansel.
Oh, okay.
Nick Senzel. Hansel.
Like Hansel and Gretel.
I don't know. Anyway, so that's one. So Red Sox.
Yep. More information on this last night too.
So yeah, they Brazier blew a save opportunity last week in spectacular fashion.
Yep.
Threw on walk-off to, I believe, Nicky Delmonico.
It sure was.
Nicky Disco, as I call him.
Don't be trying to steal Tony Disco's nickname.
Yeah. But then we had a Barnesy.
Yeah, and then last night, Brazier got into trouble in the 8th again.
Yeah.
Barnes came in, got the last out of the 8th, and then finished off the 9th.
So trending much more toward him.
And Barnes has been just better this season.
Well, and he was better coming into the year. We always knew he was better.
But we don't know that if better means you come in a dicey situation.
Well, that was the thing. There was no rhyme or reason discernible. There was no lefty-righty, whatever. So, all right. So here's one. Orioles, look, I crapped on the Orioles. I said I don't think any of them. Since then, Michael Givens, 4 straight saves.
Running away with the job.
Mowing.
Yeah.
Like, he has run away with the job.
Yeah.
And he's pitching well. And he's a guy who's pitched well in the past. So it's not inconceivable. He can
sure. Check it off.
Yeah.
He's got the job.
I think he does.
Did you know, by the way, Miguel Castro, another reliever for the Orioles, did you realize he's still only 24 years old?
Yeah.
That's insane.
He's got nasty stuff.
He's been around forever.
He's got I think there's been multiple Miguel Castros.
No,
there?
That's not a common name.
You don't think so?
No.
Anyway, all right, we're gonna skip the Reds for a second. We'll get back to them. Braves, Luke Jackson got their last save. You said last week you like Jackson.
I mean, a little.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
You like Jackson more than Jacob Webb.
Yeah, for
who
sure.
had gotten a save. Minter still seems to be working his way back.
Yeah.
So I guess right now it's Luke Jackson, but that's
would not be shocked if Minter gets the next one and does well and gets the next 5.
All right, so Wiley Peralta just keeps sucking.
But then as soon as you're like, feel safe with Kennedy, he went and blew a save or gave up runs or whatever it was.
because he had a 2-inning save last week.
Yeah.
That's just a mess.
So
if I had to pick one, I guess for the Royals, I'd pick Kennedy, but
yeah, I think this is one I'm not chasing anymore.
this might be the new Orioles.
I'm out. I'm out on the Royals. I'm not. If I talk to you about picking up a Royals reliever,
I'll hit you.
tell me not to do it.
Yeah, I'll
Saves
punch
aren't
you.
that important. I'm done with the Royals.
Punch you. A's. So
I threw this one in, and there's some info. Like, Trinan had some elbow tendonitis, hadn't appeared in a game since I want to say April 27th. I just thought it was worth mentioning because Trevino's been really good.
It's been great.
However,
they got an experienced closer.
Trinan was warming up in the ninth last night for Fires, so maybe he's past the elbow issue.
That's just something to watch.
Something to watch.
All right. The Mariners, your personal.
This is another one, my personal hell.
Personal hell.
Yeah, Royals and Mariners I'm about to be.
So Swarzak's done. They can't keep putting that guy out there.
Yeah, well, I did some digging because that's what I do.
Sure.
Because you're the stat guy.
Yeah.
You're digging into FIPS and XFIPS and all that stuff.
All that stuff.
And I'm hitting the Twitters.
Yeah.
Because I want that inside managerial information.
Right.
Beat reporter, beat writer information.
Right. You're looking at Met Gala stuff and in between.
So here's the deal with first of all, Swarzak's given up homers in 5 of his last 6 appearances.
And did you just the way he reacted?
He was like crying on the mound last night. He was crying on the mound last night.
It was the immediate drop to his knees.
He did it on the out before.
Yeah.
There was a fly ball deep to left.
That guy has the yips like a
So the fly ball, the first out of the inning, which was just wasn't even warning track.
Yeah.
He did a bit of some animation.
He's like, oh God, not again.
Yeah. And then he gives up the homer to Gio Urshela.
Yeah.
Like,
but
really,
that
dude?
was like someone told him, if you give up a homer, then I'm beating it.
He was in the fetal position on the mound before the ball was out of the stadium.
Yeah.
So it was bad. I thought he was getting squeezed earlier in the night, though, which I know this is sour grapes. I know this is whining.
It is.
I like to whine sometimes. He threw 2 balls inside the pitch box on the outside corner, but inside, like 2/3 of the ball inside the box.
Right.
Both called balls. What do you want him to do? He's got to throw it down the middle. And then look what happens. He's up 0-2 on a guy, and he throws it down the middle, and that's what happens.
Right.
But anyway, doing some reading. And our good friend, who has no idea who we are, Ryan Divish, Mariners beat writer, he was all calm, cool, and collected. He's like, hey, guys, just to let everyone know, Brandon Brennan was used for the top of the Yankee lineup in the 8th because he's their best reliever.
Right.
That's what's going to happen. And Swarzak was used for the bottom of the lineup. He was not a closer. Right. He did not lose a closing job. He didn't have a closing job.
Right.
And if lefties are in an important situation, Elias or Elias, whatever his name is going to come in.
That guy.
So this is a full-blown committee.
Right.
And Brennan's going to come in to the toughest part of the lineup when they're righties.
So you look at him. He's 27-year-old righty. 2.21 ERA right now. 3.24 FIP. 10.6 K per 9. Like that. But 3.5.
He gave up a run. He gave up a run last night.
Yeah, homers 0.9. Okay.
Moral to the story:
high ground ball guy though. So you think he won't give up many.
Moral to the story: not sure it's worth chasing saves in Seattle right now.
Hey, sounds like Brennan's the guy. He'll be the gun.
But not if they're going to use him in the 7th and 8th.
No, that's true too. But they can't keep putting Swarzak out in high leverage situations.
No, I mean I think he's done with that. I think it's Brennan and
Elias.
Elias. It was funny. There was another thing in the article that was like, until Hunter Strickland's come back, there won't be a set closer. I was a little surprised they gave him that much. Kind of street cred with the closer. I mean, he's nowhere near coming back from what I've read, but it was funny that they were like, until he's back, no one's getting. So like, I guess they want him to be in the 9th maybe if he comes back. So
all right, so that's a bad one. And then the Reds was real interesting because Raisel Iglesias, who hasn't been very good this year, really hung his manager out to dry.
Yeah.
What did he say? It was horrible the way they're using him?
Yeah. But don't you kind of agree with him?
Well, so I do and I don't, because he was like, no other closers get pitched like this. I'm like, well, actually, a lot of guys pitch multiple innings or do different things. But yeah, they bring him in all the time. and multiple innings all the time. They ask a lot of him.
But do a lot of closers who were like good and established like he was get jerked around like that? Because a lot of times it's like really good setup guys that are used to throwing over an inning, become closers, and then their manager continues to do that.
Right.
It's not like teams were like, oh, Craig Kimball's really good. We should start bringing him in the 8th.
Yeah. No. And so he's mad.
Who do we like there? Garrett? If something's going to happen?
That's a committee. If something happens.
I don't even think anything's going to happen. Like, I think, honestly, if in this case, I actually think he might get his way.
He might. Yeah. Might be good for him.
Because if you're the Reds, if you're David Bell.
You're going nowhere.
And this guy, well, and he's like probably your best reliever, like in general,
he's
right?
For sure your best.
So, like, you kind of just want to put him in the best place to succeed, which, according to him, is probably just coming in the 9th and save situation.
But it's funny, too, though. If you're the Reds and you have a guy like Iglesias, he's probably a guy that whenever, I don't know, this year, next year, I don't know what his contract situation is. You're like, yeah, we're going to trade him.
So isn't that because we know how the league works? Isn't that even more of a reason to pitch him in the 9th?
You want him to pitch well,
get
but
42 saves.
You also want him to be like, yeah, he can go multiple innings, guys.
Do you though? I mean, look at some of these guys. I feel like that have put up 40 saves. They get traded or whatever. Like teams.
But it's the way of the league now, where it's like, you know, teams that trade for a reliever usually don't need a closer. They usually have them. Right.
Well, the other thing to look at is maybe it's not so much getting used in the 7th or 8th. It's being used more than one inning.
And being used predictably maybe too.
We know with some of these guys, like it's tough to go sit on the bench and come back out as a reliever, especially those late innings in games. They feel like they take forever. Mm-hmm. So you get your 1 or 2 outs, and then you sit on the bench, and now the other team's making pitching changes. Yeah. You're on the bench for 15 minutes. You get to come out and throw the 9th. Like that's tough. It's got to be tough. I don't know. I've never done it.
I never have.
I probably would have done it if it wasn't so tough.
Yeah, if it was easy, everyone would do it. So that's just a situation to watch. I don't have a good recommendation for if something happens with Iglesias.
What do we pay you for then?
Nothing. No. What do you pay the Reds for that they can't figure out a bullpen? You know, what's with their GM and manager, because they're whatever at this point. Yeah, Garrett, Stevenson. I don't know. They're going committee.
Lorenzen playing center, stealing bases, throwing innings,
pinch running, closing games.
It's today's positionless MLB.
It's what it is, yeah. Maybe it'll be John Ryan Murphy. I don't know. Trade for him.
Hey, Pablo Sandoval, throw him. I believe he's got 2 scoreless innings the last couple of years.
Why wouldn't he? He's earned it. All right. Anything else?
No, man. I'm just looking for some positive vibes for my fantasy team.
Yeah. So I should do the Fires thing, right? Where you say Fires, he's going to suck in his... I shouldn't play DFS for a while now. I had my big 3rd place overall.
Well, I don't know. What do your peripherals look like? Was that luck last night, or you put in the right process? Was it process?
Because Turner and Mac Williamson weren't originally in my lineup. And
so it was bad. So was it bad process? Because bad process...
No, the process is fine. It was just the fact that Johan Camargo being out of the Braves lineup forced me to pivot, and I wound up pivoting into Turner and Williamson.
Because you know the square process chart, right?
I saw it.
Bad process with good results. It's not really...
Dumb luck.
It's dumb luck. It's not really repeatable. But good process, good results.
Look, Fires was in my lineup from jump, so that part... I knew he was going to pitch a no-hit. I felt really confident he was going to pitch a no-hitter.
That's what he had no-hit upside?
Yeah, I knew he was going to. Well, yeah.
Well, you know what it was? It was because the lights weren't working. You know? It was a 2-0 game. Clearly, neither team could see the ball trying to hit.
You better believe the A's announcer said Fires was lights out tonight and felt really proud of himself for saying that.
Yeah. You think he was just working on that? He's like, please throw no-hitter so I can get this.
Well, even if he doesn't, right? Even if he does a one-hit shutout, you can say that.
It would have been cool if, like, the night before, Sky Bolt would have maybe
what a great name.
Hit a home run into the lights, and that maybe knocked him out.
612-foot home run.
Yeah, is that how far it would be? Well, if anyone can do it, Sky Bolt can do it.
What a great name. Yeah, you go through some of these names. There's some good ones out there.
Sky Bolt is pretty awesome.
Sky Bolt's a good name, but he should be a sprinter. Like Usain Bolt.
Well, then he'd be like the second Bolt sprint.
But he is better.
Yeah. More of an Usain Bolt guy.
What if he was better? Big fan?
Big fan.
You watch all his races?
In the Olympics.
Oh.
Typically.
In the Olympics.
Typically, I'm a fair weather fan.
Yeah.
I almost bought a Usain Bolt t-shirt when I was in Jamaica. They were at the airport. It was kind of a cool Puma t-shirt, actually.
Oh, yeah?
But
it's not like the ones he sprints.
No, it was like
a form-fitting?
Well, no. It was like he was like an outline on it, kind of. It was a cool little Puma shirt. It's at the airport, but it's kind of expensive. You know that airport pricing.
Whew.
kind of a lot of dough.
Duty free at the airport though, so
You're not getting Usain Bolt duty free.
Oh, you're not?
Gear, no.
Oh man,
Definitely not.
can't pay duty on that.
Definitely not.
All right. That's it for this week. We got y'all covered. sportingnews.com/fantasy for all the daily stuff that, I hand out award.
Listen, we got we got DFS guru here now.
That's right. Third place and one.
Listen to him. Read his articles.
There's like 4,700 people, and I took third out of all
Was
of
that
them.
how many it was?
Yeah.
My highest, I think a
4,500.
couple years ago, I did 13th or 15th out of like 1,000.
Yeah.
Which was like,
The-
I was
the
like,
key-
I was like, it'll never get better.
But the
than
key
this.
for me is I only do single entries.
Yeah.
Because if it's multiple entries, there would have been someone who mass entered 100 lineups
Right.
that would have been all better than mine.
Right.
So that was the key. That's what enabled me to do well last night. So.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever top that.
No, but yeah, we got the starting pitcher rankings every day. We got betting picks if you're into that, and every week we got trade values and waiver pickup suggestions and all sorts of other stuff.
Still waiting for some Game of Thrones recaps though. We don't have any time for.
I gotta catch up.
Oh, okay. You got
7 seasons behind. So anyway, that's it for this week. But for Eric Ferreira, I am Matt Letuski. Thanks for listening, and until next time.